हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम अगेन इन आवर चैनल भार्गवी कोचिंग क्लासेस। तो अभी तक हमने देखा था ग्रेविटेशन में केप्लर्स लॉ तक कंप्लीट हो चुका था। तो आज हम केप्लर्स लॉ से आगे बढ़ेंगे। आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं यूनिवर्सल ग्रेविटेशनल लॉ और यूनिवर्सल ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट का डेरिवेशन। ठीक है। सो कंसिडर वी हैव एन ऑब्जेक्ट और इसको हमने नाम दे दिया ए, एंड वी हैव अनदर ऑब्जेक्ट जिसको हमने नाम दे दिया है बी। Consider the mass of object A is m1 and the mass of object B is m2. So according to the universal law of gravitation, the force is directly proportional to product of their masses. So product means it is the multiplication of mass of both objects, that means m1 into m2. And another statement of universal gravitational law says force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. So it is the square of distance. So it is the distance from the center of both the object. Okay, so here it is equation number 1 and it is equation number 2. So we can combine equation 1 and 2. We will get new equation that will be F is directly proportional to m1 into m2 divided by d square. So that will be the new equation. Here we have proportion sign. तो हम क्या करते हैं, जब भी प्रोपोर्शन का साइन आता है तो हम उसको इक्वल में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, और जब भी हम इक्वल में कन्वर्ट करते हैं तो कांस्टेंट लगता है। सो हम इसको और ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं, द फोर्स इज इक्वल्स टू कांस्टेंट into m1 into m2 divided by d square. This constant is represents as capital G. It is universal gravitational constant. It is universal gravitational constant. Therefore our formula will become F equals to G into m1 into m2 divided by d square. We know the value of G is G equals to, it is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Okay, so you have to remember this value because it is going to use in your gravitational numericals. तो हमने इसका डेरिवेशन पार्ट 1 जो हमारा फर्स्ट वीडियो था उसमें हमने देख चुका है। प्लीज डेरिवेशन यहाँ पर आपको जो दिख रहा है आप इसका स्क्रीनशॉट भी ले सकते हैं। तो अब हम देखेंगे मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स। सो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स को समझने के लिए हमको देखना पड़ेगा कि यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन क्या होता है। तो यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन में हमने पहले देख चुका है कि अगर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट सर्कुलर पाथ में ट्रेवल कर रहा है और इक्वल टाइम इंटरवल में इक्वल डिस्टेंस कवर करता है, तब हम कहेंगे कि जो मोशन है वो कैसा है, यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन। सपोज इट इज अ सर्कुलर पाथ एंड इट इज़ द सेंटर ऑफ द सर्कुलर पाथ, एंड जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो इस सर्कुलर पाथ के अकॉर्डिंग क्या कर रहा है, मूव कर रहा है। सो यहाँ से यहाँ तक का जो डिस्टेंस होगा वो हो जाएगा r, और जो मास ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट को हम कंसिडर करते हैं m से, और ये ऑब्जेक्ट मूव कर रहा है अलॉन्ग विथ अ कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी कॉल्ड v, देन वी कैन राइट फोर्स इज इक्वल्स टू mv स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाय r, where F is force acting on an object, that is centripetal force, m is the mass of object, r is the distance from center to the object, and v is the velocity of object. Okay, so this is mv squared divided by r. So now we have velocity. So what is velocity? Velocity is nothing but speed, and speed is equals to the distance divided by time taken. Here it is a circular path, so we consider distance is equals to the circumference of the circular path, so it is equals to 2 pi r, and time taken is capital T. Since we have formula v equals to 2 pi r divided by t, so we can put this value over here. So our formula becomes F equals to, or we can give it equation number 1. Now put V equals to 2 pi r divided by capital T in equation 1. We get, what we will get? It is F equals to m. The magnitude of V is 2 pi r divided by T. So we can write in bracket, it is 2 pi r divided by T and its whole square divided by r. So now we will solve further. We will get F equals to m into 4 into pi square into r square divided by capital T square into r. So now we will cancel r and r square. We will get, it is F equals to m into 4 into pi square. R and r square will cancel by r, so we will write r and it is t square. So this is our new equation. This is our new equation. Now we will further solve. So now multiply above equation by r square divided by r square will get. So what we will get? F equals to m into 4 into pi square into r square divided by t square into r square. So r and r square will become r cube. So we can write F equals to m into 4 into pi square into r cube divided by r square into t square. Here r square into t square. Now if we will see, this portion of the equation is nothing but a Kepler's third law. So we can write, we know t square divided by r cube equals to k, but here we have r cube divided by t square, so we can convert it, or 1 divided by k is nothing but a constant, equals to r cube divided by t square. So instead of r square divided by t square, we can write 1 divided by k. Then our equation will become, therefore F equals to m into 4 into pi square divided by r square into k. This is r square into k. So this is the force acting on object when it moves along with circular path. Here this portion is nothing but all constant. Mass of the planet will be constant. Pi, the value of pi is 22 divided by 7 is again constant. K is again constant. So here we can write m into 4 into pi square divided by k is nothing but constant. So we can further write F equals to constant k or constant divided by r square. So here we can see that the r square is, if we will remove this constant, then it will become inverse proportion, or F is inversely proportional to r square. So according to this equation, Newton has concluded that if an object moving along with a circular path with uniform velocity, then the centripetal force acting on an object is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. So friends, आज के लिए इतना ही. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम देखेंगे न्यूमेरिकल्स बेस्ड ऑन दिस फॉर्मूला एज वेल एज द फॉर्मूला derived from the universal gravitational law.